Hi guys, so my name is Jasmine and y'all, I'm honestly so excited to kind of have this conversation. So I literally went from engaged to married less than 6 weeks, and I'm gonna dive into my love story for you guys. And we're just gonna go from there. I hope this is very so exciting for you guys, just as it is for me. I'm literally gonna break it down to you guys of how we met, our proposal, our wedding, how we're doing now. So let's get into it. Thing first is, how do we meet? We met on Instagram, which is like crazy, right? I never expect to meet my husband through Instagram, but yeah, it is a true story. I actually met him through Instagram. He slid into my DMs actually of last year, fall of last year, and we decided to exchange numbers. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I did not expect the type of guy, like I didn't expect for him to be the type of person that was just very much of a gentleman, which is what caused me to even give my number to him in the first place. Because when you're going through dating and going to venting, you really have to set the tone as a woman. You really have to set the tone. And I literally did so. And I exchanged numbers. We exchanged numbers. We weren't really consistent with talking till like December of 2023 going into January 2024. So that's when we became really consistent with just talking, chatting, checking up on one another, things of that nature. And yeah, that's how we met. I'm gonna add this in here as well. Honestly, y'all, we did not meet face to face till April of 2024. That's when we met in person because we both lived in two separate states. I was staying in Houston, Texas. He was staying in South Florida area. And I honestly did not imagine it being this way. I did not imagine to be dating someone long distance wise, as far as like the severity of it. Sometimes it's always a 50-50 chance that a long distance relationship may not follow through. But y'all, we did not agreed to start dating each other till we actually met in person is when he asked me, do I want to be his girlfriend? And that's when I say yes. So literally, guys, we didn't really officially start dating till April 2024. And that's when he asked me and I said yes. And literally the funniest thing I want to say is that when we were out for the weekend is when he came out here to Houston, Texas. And, we did a couple activities together. And mind you guys, we did not go on any like night out as far as like clubs or lounges. We didn't do any of thing, which it's really surprising because honestly, most people when they come out here, when they come out to Houston, they mainly come out for like the nightlife and stuff of that nature. And honestly, we didn't do any of that, which was like crazy to me because I expect like, most people, like I said, most people do so. But we honestly went to museums, we went to parks, we went to a couple of like brunch places, we went to some dinner, and it was just so magical. Honestly, our connection was just like really deep. Like, I did not like, y'all. I'm gonna say this again. I did not expect any of this. We both did not expect for us to just click so fast. And it's so organic at the same time. You would think that nah, stuff like this is not real, but y'all, I'm telling you, first thing first, like face to face, this type of stuff is actually real. As like he was literally killing me on mini golfing, and I was just rooting him on. I'm like, you go, you go. But it was just so cute and it was just so exciting. It was just so fun to be doing stuff like that with him and being able to actually finally meet in person and enjoy each other's company. Because honestly, that's all what it boils down to, was being able to enjoy each other's company. Let's get into the proposal. I'm going to throw this in here, you guys. Honestly, the first week, I want to say after his arrival back home, after leaving Houston, after returning that same week, he was like throwing hints of marriage. He was throwing hints of wife. He was throwing hints of like, hey, I think that like you're the one for me. Like all I need is one visit to guarantee that, I want someone to be mine. And y'all, I'm gonna say it again, I did not expect it because literally when we would talk on the phone, I'm like, I think I need like 2, 3, 4 visits. maybe 2 or 3 to really just make sure that, like, as far as like dating, being your girlfriend, that that's how much I need. But him, he was like, I just need one visit to make sure that like you're the one for me, which is kind of like, he really set the tone, you guys. And that same week of his return, he was just throwing those hints out there, and he even asked me like if he was to propose to me, would I say yes? Or if I wanted to be his wife, would I say yes? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, why not? Honestly, we were like, when God brings two people together, it is so real, because that's literally what God was doing. It just, everything, like I'm gonna mention again, everything was just so natural, no, so organic, nothing forced. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I felt comfortable as ever. And just being a woman that's gone into her relationship with Christ, and being able to be with a guy that actually understands your relationship with God, and trying to also being open to it, and him being the same, of him coming from a Christian background as well. So just kind of like two peas in a pod. And that's one thing I can say for sure, is when I went into dating, I wanted to make sure that I'm going to date someone, be in a relationship with someone that's in that journey with Christ, or building a relationship with Christ. And because that's something that I'm doing, so I would like the same as well. And I wanted to make sure that God was first in our relationship. So moving forward on our proposal, I want to say I was already like planning on going out to Florida to go visit in June of my birthday weekend, and that was something we agreed upon. But he was like, hey, why not you come on May 2024? Like, basically, the next month is when I went and visit him, and I was able to visit a few of his family members as well while I was out there, which was like, okay. But mind you guys, when I landed and we met at the house, literally there was a proposal set up, and next thing you know, I turn around and he is on his knees, you guys. So honestly, the day I arrived, the day we got together, met up with one another, and then arrived into the house, is when the proposal was just set up, and he was on his knees asking for me to be his wife, y'all. But it just gives me so much goosebumps just even talking about it, because I can just cry right now of how much of I'm breaking up, of how much of an influence this man has had in my life. To be like crying, I just did my makeup, y'all. Like, I did not expect for me to try to like break down and cry, but y'all, the influence this man has had in my life, the love and the support is just so real. And you would never think, like, never imagine. And I can say that me and him, like, we're human beings. Nobody's perfect. And I'm just gonna throw it in there. Nobody is perfect. So get that out your head, that you think you're gonna work into a picture perfect type of relationship. Like, no, we are humans. The goal is to work together, to come into union, to be hand in hand, to be a team. And with that being said, there's always things going on within a team, So please be mindful of the fact that it is not picture perfect. Get that out your head. It is not a fairy tale, but it is sort of, I want to say it is kind of a fairy tale based off how you want it to be and how we wanted to build our foundation on. So it's kind of like our own personal fairy tale. So literally he was on his knees, and I said yes, you guys. And honestly, that same weekend, while I was out there, out there, kind of here now, but once I was in that weekend, literally we went to the courthouse. Signed our application, y'all. Yes, because he literally was planning everything. And honestly, he was like, hey, since you're gonna come back in June, why not we fill out this application and we're gonna plan our wedding. That same weekend, I got proposed. We filled out our application, and then we planned our wedding. And once it came down to the wedding, which I'm going into next, we knew that during the proposal, during the application process, and us planning our wedding, we knew that it was in a short time span to really just spread the news as far as like inviting people to our wedding, but we still want to at least include a couple of people. So we set our wedding for June of 2024, which was on my birthday. Is the day that we actually decided to have our ceremony. We wanted something really small, so we did plan with the family church, his family church, with the pastor. We had a conversation, a sit down, also with the pastor on our union. And from there, we had to make sure that he also wanted to make sure, I wouldn't say, because he literally threw it in there, just like, hey, let's have communion on our wedding to make sure that it is in sync with God. So he threw that in there as well while we were sitting down with the pastor, and we were just going over our relationship and the meaning of marriage and how we want our marriage to look like, and then also how we want our ceremony to look like, from our picture backgrounds, our backdrop, our photographer, our fits, our dresses. So his father got my dress. My husband was able to get his tuxedo. So we had basically all of that planned out. We literally set our invitation through an invitation app. We just let it send to, the individuals that we sent it to. And if they were able to make it, they were able to make it. If not, we truly, truly had to understand it just because of the brief time that we had as far as scheduling and planning our ceremony. So we had something small, and it was just such the wedding day. Let's go into the wedding day. The wedding day, you guys, my family came down. A few of my aunts and cousin, they helped me set up and prep for my wedding. And I would say that I was running late, of course. I was running late. And he was like, he was texting me, is everything good? Everything was like, hey, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I was setting up at a hotel that my aunts were staying in. And once we were done, we had on our way to the church. And you guys, I got so nervous, like so nervous. My anxiety was on the roof. My dad walked me down the aisle, and you guys, I was shaking like a chihuahua. And everybody, all eyes is on you, literally. All eyes is on you. And I was going up, and I was seeing him, and honestly, he just calmed my spirit so much once he like held my hand and just kind of that eye-to-eye reassurance, like, you okay? And I was just like, I was able to calm down slowly while I was on the stage. And I was just so nervous, you guys. I was just so nervous. My palms were sweating, my legs, like my whole entire body was shaking, you guys. Shaking, like literally, like shaking. And once the pastor did our talk through of our dues and stuff, we did our communion it was on the stage next to us. So we did our communion, and the pastor also did another word there. Walked down the stage and had our exit song playing. And then once it was all done, everyone met us outside in the lobby area. We were just taking pictures. It was just so beautiful, so exciting, just feelings all over the place. Me and him were just so excited. We were just so happy for this union. Honestly, it was something that we both desire. We both desire marriage. And for both of us to realize of how an influence God is into our lives is crazy. And we did not expect to get married so soon, but we did, because we just knew that it had to happen. We just knew. We honestly, when we were talking and stuff, whenever we used to chat, you'd be like, yeah, 2 years, 3 years out, like 2 3 years, dating, but God had other plans. Like, God had other plans for us. So it's not like we just knew off the bat that we were going to get married. It just kind of happened naturally. It just happened. And it was the best decision that I ever made. After we were done with our wedding ceremony, we went and had brunch over at restaurants, had our family together, and we were able to just talk about happy moments, reflect on things, being able to connect with both sides of family. And the meal was great. honestly, I'm gonna throw a bunch of clips in here of the actual event and how it took place, and just a little snippet of being able to share with you guys all my love story, all my testimony, and y'all be able to see full hand a little bit of glimpse of what was going on throughout this process. I do want to go into honeymoon. Our honeymoon, it has not been done yet. We actually do want to go to Japan. That is something that we really, really want to do. We were like, we're not gonna go on our honeymoon yet till we get to Japan. So we wanted to make sure that we wanted to go during the season of the cherry blossoms. So that's during spring. So obviously next year is when we're going to decide on going to Japan. And that's literally like our first option. I don't think we really thought about any other options. So we'll see if it changes. Life after marriage has been a game changer for me. Obviously, I literally moved to Houston, to South Florida, and my life has changed completely. Honestly, just the whole environment is different from Houston. Houston is a much city, tall buildings and stuff, but South Florida is more of a tropical environment. And the weathers are kind of similar, but different environments. So I'm able to learn a lot here with him and being able to experience new different things while being here, like outdoors activities that I've never done before, and also being able to connect with new people. And I really am so happy to be here. I'm able to not only that, go into fitness a lot harder than how I used to previously. He's literally my personal coach. So he has helped me build my body. I can say that for sure because he knew that was a goal of mine that I wanted to do. We created a routine together. We know that like us cooking together is just part of our love language. Us cooking together, us having that quality time, because we do have different work schedules. So we try to make the most of the time we have together. So I want to say cooking together and working out together is our love language of just more quality time. And then also now we probably pick like a show that we want to watch together or have a movie night together. And also any activities outside we like to do together, we do that as well. We just really like to make sure that we're holding on to our marriage and the definition of what we want it to look like as much as we can. And being able to understand that quality time is important, and being able to have a safe space. I'm going to add that in there. Create a safe space. So we did create a safe space, being able to just freely talk about what's going on in our mind. It is a work in progress at certain moments, but for sure we do have a safe space to communicate, because communication is top tier in a marriage and in a relationship, honestly. I say the challenges that we were facing in the beginning is learning one another. And once we were able to move in together, we were able to I would say he was able to understand my mood swings, because I do tend to have some mood swings at times. So he was able to understand like fully of what it looks like in different phases, and I was able to fully see what he looks like in different phases as well. And we were able to really conclude exactly how we're able to adjust in certain areas, in certain mood swings, and being able to see exactly how can we still come together in these different ways. And really emotional intelligence to be able to come together and have these conversations, being able to truly understand, okay, I see that this person is not in their best state of mood, so what can I do in the meantime, or what would they like, just being able to say, hey, what's wrong, what's going on, and you being freely to talk about it. Reflection on marriage so far, it is beautiful. I want to say that marriage is such a beautiful thing. When knowing that being single, like you are able to build yourself and making sure that who you want to be, what's your worth, clearing out, reflecting, and you still do that in a marriage as well. The only difference is that now you're including someone else in it, you know? Even with dating, you're including someone else in it. So marriage, it solidifies the fact that, okay, this is my forever person, and I'm going to stick with this for the long run. I have to make sure that whatever is going on, whether it's highs or the lows, that we're able to come together and being able to support each other in our goals, in our dreams, and whatever we dislike or whatever we do like, so on. Just being honest, being transparent, having integrity, and being able to commit in what you're doing. Waking up each and every day knowing that you love this person and you want to be with this person forever. Ends of that, we both was like, we even had that discussion prior of like, you know, we just want to be married one time. That's it. So now we're here, and it's crazy to think about. Like, now we're here and we're just very, very happy people. Like, we don't really beef that much. We really don't. And when we beef, it just doesn't last long. I can say that for sure. It doesn't last long. And we really see that we are honestly meant for each other. So it's kind of different when you're with someone that y'all are not really eye to eye. Y'all kind of battle with each other pretty often. Y'all can't find no type of agreement with one another. Y'all can't come to terms with anything. Now that's where a lot of conflict comes into place. But in this situation, I can say that we have not yet to really just deal with that as much. We are able to really just come together. Like, obviously we have difficult moments, we have challenges, but we can literally overcome them, and we realize that. So that is such a green check. I want to give an advice to newlyweds. Please make sure that this is what you both desire into your marriage. Really come together on what you want your marriage to look like, and set that tone all the way through, and constantly remind yourself that y'all are on the same team, and being transparent as well. Like, being able to just alleviates a lot of things when you're being transparent, when you're being honest, when you're being able to communicate and being able to understand, no matter what is going on, that you guys are on the same team. Okay, and it's okay that y'all don't both have to agree on the same thing. Y'all can be like, okay, I don't like this, and be okay with it. It's okay not to like everything together, you know? Like, y'all are going to be a no and a yes at times, okay? And that's perfectly fine. That is okay. The significance of enjoying each other as far as quality time, make sure that is a priority. Make sure that y'all are coming together in your relationship, whether it's like, okay, let's go out to this park, go for a walk, you know, go to the beach, being able to do a small activity. Let's go mini golfing, or let's go to a museum. That's something that me and him, we love to do, is go to museums. And we kind of also are going to get into other activities as well. But being able to create time for one another, for those that do have kids, you know, being able to really schedule planning that type of things. Right now, we don't really like schedule it unless it like obviously becomes to like a vacation or comes to a trip, or like our schedule has to be very conflicting. Then we're like, okay, we're going to have to schedule this day. But other than that, making sure that y'all are on sync as far as the plans y'all have for each other as well. Like, being in sync with your plans, with your dreams and your goals, and how far you guys want to achieve, especially when it comes to finances, when it comes to personal time, when it comes to your spirit, as far as like relationship with God. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this was such an exciting video to watch, or anything that you have as far as your journey and what you can share as far as your process in your marriage, or if you're not married, what would you like, and so on. Please leave it in the comments. And also, if y'all are more interested in as far as my journey, my process, please let me know down in the comment section exactly what you guys want more of me to share within my marriage journey, within even during my singleness. Please let me know. I'm more than willing to share. If you want more in-depth version of exactly how everything came to be, please leave it down in the comment section. That way I can create other videos on my marriage story, on my testimony, and how I was able to even get to this point. I'm more than willing to share. So thank you guys for watching this video. May y'all all have a blessed day, a blessed evening, and please stay in tune if you guys do enjoy thriving. Okay. Thank you guys. Love y'all all. Mwah, mwah, mwah.